My name is Konrad Tomaszkiewicz. I'm game director of The Witcher 3 in CD Projekt, and I'm responsible for it here.
So what's that like? I mean, making a huge game like that. What do you have to look for especially?
You know, it's very general question, but this is a huge challenge. The huge challenge because previously I was, because I'm working in this company 9 years from now, and I started as a tester, and I went through the design and other departments to be on this place where I am now. And this is, I feel that the Witcher franchise is like my child, from the beginning, and it's very hard to create, the game which will be the last part of the saga and will be the crowning achievement of the whole franchise. That's why we decide to, to add to our the most important elements, which is, the storyline and non-linearity and choices and consequences. Add to it open world, and making open world, I mean, combining these two games, because the movie-like game and the open world game are usually different game, and you think differently about how to implement them. It was a huge challenge, and it took some time for us to invent how to do it, but it works, and I know that it will be a cool game, the best RPG from some time. And and I think this is the most biggest challenge. In this job, you need to create the vision of the game. You need to sell this vision to the team, and they need to want to do the same. I mean, complete this vision. And on the other hand, you need to give the freedom to the team, because they need to can fulfill their passions, and the passion is the most important thing in this job, because every one of us needs to create something which they will be proud of later. And I must say that I'm very proud about first and second Witcher. It's something huge for me. I mean, I feel almost like a writer who create a book and sell it later. And we got huge amount of very talented people who got huge impact on the vision of the game and on the game itself.
But in the end, it's your decision what features get into the game, and what not.
Yes, of course. There need to be someone who decides what we are doing and what we are not doing, because on the end, this game needs to be the part of the franchise. It needs to be similar, and we cannot, just jump to other, kind of the game. I mean, adventure one or something. We need to make RPG game, which will be, the last part of the saga. It will be the best one of the part of the saga. But it's like this, that I'm trying to not cutting the ideas. We're trying to just shape them to fit into our needs, and I think that people realize in this job, and it will be a cool game, because the team is awesome.
But having done quality assurance for other games, you know how hard it is to difficult. How it is to balance the difficulty of the game. Isn't it even harder with an open world game?
Yes, of course it is. Nobody said that it's easy stuff, but we could make the same game as Witcher 2. I mean, with the same scope and the same features. But we decide to push the border of our of our game, because if you trying to do something more, you also involved much more in this, and you build new skills. And I think that if we just creating the same games but with different story, it will be just boring for the gamers. And we know that community and players want to see the Witcher franchise in open world.
With Witcher 3, there will be a lot of new gamers coming to the Witcher universe. Yeah. How do you, also with the game coming now on Xbox One, how do you make sure that they feel comfortable in this world? How do you make sure that they know where Geralt is coming from, what he's experienced and what he's doing?
This is the same problem with every part of The Witcher, that you need to be sure that new people who will play the game will feel this uniqueness of the character of the world, and get very swift to it. We know that we didn't make it the best way in second Witcher, and we got our lesson on it. First of all, we decided that first Witcher will be about personal quest of Geralt. He in the second Witcher he knew that he remains his memory and regains his memories, and he remembered that the Yennefer is woman who he is love in, and he needs to find her and help her. And that means that it's not important what was before. The most important is that he just needs to find this woman and see what happened next. And you don't need to know previous games or the books to get swift into this world. But of course we create the prologue of the game this way that it will teach you how to use the monster hunting and other mechanics, and show you what it does mean to be a witcher, to be a monster hunter. And I hope that in this approach, with the better learning curve, people will go in the game swiftly, and they will stay there until the end of the game.
Have you thought about the people who actually played the other two games and don't need that much of an introduction?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. And we thinking about people like this. We got choices. We knew about choices you made in the previous games. We adding the content which will be dependent on it, what you made in the previous games, and we trying to write dialogues and these tutorials this way to not be boring for people who know the world and the franchise.
So if I'm playing the game on Xbox One, and I have played the Xbox 360 game, that's the second game of the series, but I cannot import my save game there.
Yeah, this is the hard issue, because also you can play on the PS4 and you finish the game on the PC. We will see what will be the policy of the Microsoft and Sony, because maybe we can use the cloud, information to get the saves from the previous consoles and use them. I'm not sure yet how it will work, because consoles will be released probably on the end of the year. I don't know if they told on the conference when they will release it. But we are in contact with them, and for sure we will try to do something like this, because nobody should be nobody should be in the worst situation because he played on the Xbox or PC. It's stupid.
Is it an option to give the player like a Q&A, like a CGI sequence, or like a comic, like Mass Effect did? We saw in the
for sure we got this storybook feature in our game. The storybook is some amount of animated movies which explains you what you done to this moment of the game, and it will help you remember after, for example, vacations, when you're back, where you are, what you done, and what you need to do next. And for sure we will get this kind of storybook on the beginning of the game, which summarize you where you are now and what it's about.
The previous games were also about sex, in a very subtle way, most of the time. What about Witcher 3? You didn't really say much about the women in Witcher 3 till now?
We base on Andrzej Sapkowski novels, and Andrzej Sapkowski created the world which is very dark world, and it's very similar and emotional to our world. Sex, danger, and other things create emotions. And the most important in RPG game is to create this kind of immersion with the player. That player needs to believe that he is actually a Geralt of Rivia, and he feels what his character feels. If you will not get sex in the game, and this is a game for mature audience, you will feel that it's fake on some way. And of course we will get sex in the game. We will get paid sex, like it is in the second Witcher or in the real life. And of course you will meet your love, which you search for. You will meet characters from the previous Witcher like Triss Merigold. You will meet some other woman, and you can be involved in the relationship with them.
So and how you are planning on presenting the sexual act that's going to take place, because it was different in part 1 to
we will continue the way we started in the second Witcher.
Okay.
It will be a cutscenes which will show much of the sex.
Well, I've seen some sheet where you actually were outlining what the feature is all about. Now, quite a things that were in bold letters, and like one was that there are no QTEs or script timing attacks in the game. Why is that so important to you to state that you won't have them?
As I mentioned before, we listened for our fans, and after second Witcher, people complain on it, and I agree with them that this is not necessarily part of the RPG game. When we creating games, we are trying to use some features from other kind of games. I mean, we took something from action adventure games. We took something from other kinds of the games. For example, we got action combat, which is combined with the statistics and RPG mechanics, and it's worked very, very good. It's very nice. You feel it good. You develop your character, and it's cool. But we tried to put QTS to the game, and that's true that we lose a little the immersion with the game. It was we just feel, and people feel, that it shouldn't be in this game, and we want to delete it and find another way to show these spectacular actions, but without showing the button on the screen and push you to to use it in proper timing, because it's not everyone is so agile to see the moment of animations and press the button in the right moment. I think it's not fitting to the RPG games.
You said before that The Witcher 3 is the last of the Witcher games. It's like many people won't like to hear this, and like with Mass Effect 3, they also said it would be the last part of Mass Effect, but then they went back and said no, I guess there could be another Mass Effect. I mean, losing losing a friend. I mean,
I cannot promise that we will, that we will not do anything in this franchise. But the world of The Witcher is so rich that if we will decide in the future that we want to do a game about this world, we don't necessarily need to play Witcher. And Geralt, for sure, is very important hero in this world. But we finishing his story with this game, but it doesn't mean that we resigned for this franchise from this world, and the world and this our approach to storyline, our approach to choices and consequences, our approach to the non-linearity is the most important thing in this franchise. Geralt is a very important hero, but I think that if we decide to do something in this franchise, we will find a way how to do this, and not starting again story of Geralt.
Was there a reason that you waited so long to make The Witcher an open world game?
Yeah.
Was it because the new consoles are coming and you are finally able to do that on PC and on consoles?
Yes, this is one of the reasons, but the second one, I need to convince that we started working on the first Witcher over 10 years ago, and technology that time and our experience was too small to create game in open world, because I think that open world game, RPG open world game like this, it's one of the hardest things to make, and we need time to earn earn our experience and learn how to make games. And I think that now we are prepared to it, and yes, this is right what you say, that now we got also the good specification of the consoles and of the PC to try do it, and we're trying. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing an HD or a revised update of the first Witcher? Better graphics, enhanced combat?
Of course we thought about it, but it's not so easy, It's like create this game from the beginning. You can make a storyline, the choices, but that's all. You need to remake every character, every cutscene, every gameplay system, and so on and so on. It's like doing another game. It's a cool idea, and we from time to time we're thinking about it, but I don't know what will be the decision of the board, in this case.
Many people would love for The Witcher to be a game with a multiplayer. Well, I don't, but still, there are many people asking for it.
Yeah.
What was the main reason why you decided not to go for that?
Make so non-linear game multiplayer, it's very, very hard thing, because one unique character which you play, creating a lot of branches of storylines and choices. And if you imagine that we will put 4 players to the game, it will be almost impossible to predict what the end of the game will be, for example. It's a very hard thing, and I don't know if anyone do it proper. We thought about it some time ago, but I think that we got still too less experience to do stuff like this. Now we need to focus on the open world and combination open world with the Witcher 2 alike game. And next, maybe we'll invent something. There was cool idea about this in the Star Wars MMO. There was idea that people take some decisions in dialogue, but they need to they vote for the decisions. It breaks a little immersion, but it gives the easier way to predict what will be the final state of the game, and we'll see. It's very temptation to do stuff like this, because I think that every one of us started from the pen and paper games, and in the pen and paper games, the team is the most important thing, because you cooperate, you help each other, and you feel together the emotions and the events in the game, and I will be glad to see a game like this, but I think we need time to grown up to it.
That almost sounds like you want to do the Witcher online RPG.
No, I don't think so. I'm not fan of MMOs, because usually they got it's hard to immerse with the storyline. It's a huge game. I rather think about game which give you this very intense experience of the storyline and of the characters and emotions, but with some friends, real friends. I mean, it would be cool, but as I said, I don't know yet how to even start thinking about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.